Welcome to Viedma, the capital city of the Rio Negro Province, and this is a city that started off as a colonial settlement way back in 1779. Now I got here last night when it was raining, and the weather this morning so far has not been the best, but it has cleared up. I'm hoping for the next couple of hours it's going to be dry. So, what do I know about this place? Well, it's old, but more importantly, this place was in 1987 going to be the new capital of Argentina. So they did pass something in Parliament. They wanted to move it from Buenos Aires. They wanted the capital to be more central. Buenos Aires was getting too overcrowded. So they decided, let's make the capital here. Unfortunately, just after it went through Parliament, the economy went crashing. And the president of Argentina, who proposed the move of the capital to here, President Alfonso, actually lost the next election, so it all fell through altogether. But if the economy hadn't fallen, if the president had got the next election, this could have been the new capital. They had plans, they had everything. So from what I gather, I'm in the city centre square. There is the normal cathedral that you get nearby. It is a Sunday. It's a day of working for them people inside, so I'm not going to bother going in. And I do get asked a lot of times, why do I go to places that people have never heard of? I like going off the beaten track. There is history, culture, people in everywhere you go. And this place is quite interesting. So I'm going to have a little wander down to the waterfront. Check out down there. It seems there's a very nice beach down there. And obviously because it's a Sunday, it's very quiet. So this looks like the shopping district. Possibly. So the hostel that I'm staying in, really good. Had a really decent-ish night's sleep. A few people came in at silly o'clock this morning, banging doors, bless their little cotton socks. But one thing I did find is, so hostel, OLO, stands for only live once. On booking.com, it's £21 a night, which is expensive. But on Airbnb, it's £10 a night. Don't tell them until I've left. But they did a nice breakfast this morning, simple. Oh, there's a cafe. Unfortunately, the cafe wasn't a cafe, it was just a shop with some tables and chairs outside. But I'm walking towards the waterfront. Some of these houses are beautiful. And I think that's just the waterfront down there. And here it is, the waterfront. And this is the Rio Negro. Now across the way over there is a separate city, which is Carmen de Patagones. I hope I say that right. And that is in a separate province, just separated by a river. Now this city does try to push tourism because of the river, with riverside walks, sitting by the river, drinking your mate. Now there is a bridge further on down there which connects the two cities, but I do believe there is a ferry port just there, takes you to the other side. So that's what I'm hoping to do tomorrow, to go across over there. Now I've just felt a bit of rain come down. It's not the best. So I've just come across from the waterfront, standing in the middle of a roundabout now. There's a little statue for Eva Peron, Evita, and assuming that's celebrating her 70th anniversary of her death. And then over here you've got the sign that proves that this is the capital of Rio Negro. Right, I'm going to have a little wander around just to see if there's anything else this way, because I think the majority of the stuff I want to see is that way. This is quite cool. It's a time capsule. So it was put down in 2016 according to this sign, to be opened in 2066, and it's just full of messages from the past to the future in 50 years time. So local students have put messages in, so they'll probably still be alive when it comes out and go, oh, look at my handwriting. Right, the rain is starting to come down, so I'm going to try and find a cafe and let it just blow over. So I walked further down. There's a few restaurants and bars up there, so it looks like somewhere you could come out at a night time. But right in front of us is the Tourist Information Office. Now, there's a shop there with a little map. I do believe that's one of the oldest lighthouses in Patagonia. That's the shop. I'm assuming that's the tourist office, but it's not open. Oh well. So it looks like the rain has stopped for a little bit for now. And I am staying for 3 nights, so I've got 2 more nights left. Last night, as I said, I slept okay-ish, but because it's cool around here at night time, I had all the windows open, so I had fresh air coming in, so it's helped the cold that I've had since yesterday, and I feel a lot better than I did when I arrived coming off the bus. It's still there. There's still a bit croaky on my voice. And I'm hoping by the time I leave I will be fit. And although you might say, well, why aren't you in the hostel relaxing, chilling? I've only come out for an hour and a half maximum, just to get some fresh air, get a little bit of exercise, then I'll go back. Right, come to the square where there's a big sign of Viedma, the typical tourist sign that I'll get my Instagram photograph taken next to. There's a statue here of Don Francisco, who is the founder of this place. So he set up this settlement, which included across the river and here. Obviously it's split up into 2 cities eventually, but he was an agricultural organizer. Yeah, very serious face. Right, and across the road is the Central Municipal de Cultura. So what's that? the cultural centre. It's a Sunday, so it's all closed up. Drat. Right, Instagram photograph against this sign. So I've just crossed the road, and this building here was once used by the military intelligence during Argentina's dictatorship in the late 1970s, early 80s, and it's used as a site of remembrance to remember the victims. And as you walk in, you can just see some of the local people from this area that were murdered, went missing. Wow. I mean, most of these were just students, teachers, journalists. It is an interesting place. So, Viedma is associated with one of Argentina's newest saints, Artemides Zatti, and he was an Italian immigrant who worked here as a nurse in Patagonia. And basically he was famous because he gave free care to the poor. And the Vatican actually made him a saint in 2022, and his remains are in here. A saint. His body's here. So that's him there, Zatti. So this is the church, the Don Bosco Church. In fact, it's so important they've got it in English. Here rests the remains of our silly Saint Don Zatti, the nurse of the poor. So he was actually born in Italy, died in 1951. Lovely moustache there. Now I'm not too sure if I'm allowed in or not. Oh, there it is. That's his remains. So, I've just found out he is the patron saint already of pharmacists and Catholic immigrants. There you go, that was his funeral. Oh my God. And the church itself, it's just simple. Wow. So there you go. It's a saint. Wow. So I've come back outside, mainly because I've no idea what this is, if this is part of the church or not, but there's a sign up there. So the sign's in Spanish, so I've just had it translated. Basically this building was part of the church, but it was used as a hospital, and Zatti would have the doors open, ready for the poor to come in from the outside, and he would treat them. But the church itself was built in 1962, so it's pretty recent. And the picture that's in the sign is basically Zatti's bedroom, where he stayed, slept. Fascinating. I am learning so much about this amazing bloke. So you've got a little bit of history on this. So as a young man, he suffered badly with tuberculosis. I hope I said that right. So he came here to the city and entrusted himself to the Virgin Mary, promising that if he was cured, he would dedicate his life to helping and caring for the sick. Now, he's got a famous saying, which is that which is I believed, I promised, I healed. Even the statues just outside the church are quite remarkable. They've got his moustache just right. Right, the rain is starting to come down bigger now, and the problem I've got is my camera is not waterproof and it does look dark, so I think I might head back to the hostel. So that was Viedma, a place that most international travellers will never have heard of, and most Argentinians will probably go, where? But everywhere I go, if you dig deep, you'll find something. You could have been the next capital of Argentina. There's a saint buried here. Fascinating. But tomorrow I will be going across the river to the other side, seeing on what's around there. I've just noticed there's a lot of police around here. There's a couple of there. There was a load down there earlier on as I was going in to see the saint. Feel safe. So yeah, if you want to go and see that other side tomorrow, then subscribe. And if you've enjoyed this little bit of a wander around, just as the rain is about to start getting heavier, then press like. But until the next time, I'm off to do some cooking. Bye bye for now.